Today on Boardball, the Almost series switches venue. Let's do this. Ah! Thank you. I was about to shot at you. No, do it again. You stop that. That's the word. Action. Stop the time lapse. Cat. Start the time lapse. Sorry, what are you doing? What just happened? I'm gonna explain. Explain. Hello and welcome to Boardball. My name is Ed, and today we are playing Game 3 of the Almost series. The game is APBA Baseball. The card set is 2014, and the matchup is between the two teams that lost in the championship series round. In Game 1, St. Louis won handily 9-4. In Game 2, Nelson Cruz hit a 2-run pinch hit walk-off home run. In Game 2, Nelson Cruz hit a 2-out pinch hit 2-run walk-off home run in the bottom of the 11th inning to win the game for Baltimore. And here we are, it's Game 3. St. Louis is now the home team. Some pretty significant lineup changes were made coming into this game. Obviously you can't have the DH anymore, so the pitchers are hitting. Nelson Cruz, after hitting that walk-off home run, now gets a spot in the batting order at the expense of Alejandro De Aza. Steve Pearce is also out for Baltimore because he was the DH. And for St. Louis, Matt Holliday enters the field in place of Peter Burgess. Today's pitching matchup is Bud Norris for Baltimore and John Lackey for St. Louis. One final note. When I put together the St. Louis order, I favored offense over defense, so much so that Baltimore will be rating the fielding 2 chart for this game. All right, the pitching matchup set, the lineups are all good. Let's do this. First up is Adam Jones versus John Lackey. That's a 64, that's a 13, yeah, that's a strikeout anyway. 1 out for Manny Machado. That's a 56. 56 is a 13. And Manny Machado also strikes out. Chris Davis. 34 is a 31. And he flies out to center. Orioles go down in order. Leading off for St. Louis, Matt Carpenter. 66. That's a 0. 26, and that is a 6, and Bud Norris is a grade B pitcher, so let's check that again. 26, that's a 6, and that is a leadoff double. That's the way to start the game, huh? Everything's fine. Colt Long, 23. 23, that is a 12, and that's a strikeout. Yeah, Baltimore still reading fielding 1, by the way. Matt Holliday. No, everything's fine. 21. 21, that's a 13. That's another strikeout. Man on second and 2 outs for Matt Adams. 56, that was 29. And that is that's a ground out to first. So nothing comes of that leadoff double. And after 1 inning, we are still scoreless. All right, 1 out and a man on third for Johnny Peralta. 34. And that's a 31. Alright, well, we need to check that. Oh, he is! I believe that's right, 34, 31. Fly out runner holds, but a fast runner scores. Grichuk is a fast runner. So, Peralta with a sacrifice fly, and just like that, it's 1-0 St. Louis. Okay, bottom 5. And we have a cat in the shot again. Catty and Molina. 65. That's a 35. Will you get out of here? J.J. Hardy. 33. That's a 0. 22. That is a 1. And just like that, we are tied. J.J. Hardy connects, and we're tied at 1. John Lackey, his day is done. So we need a pinch hitter. Pinch hitting for John Lackey, Peter Burgess. So here we are. It is the top of the 9th, and the score is Baltimore 1, St. Louis 1. Now, before anything else happens, we need a pitcher for St. Louis. So Trevor Rosenthal. All right, and who does Rosenthal get to start this? Oh, only the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Have fun with that. Chris Davis. 13, 14. And that is a leadoff walk. The first walk of the game. Man, I'm first. Nobody out for Nelson Cruz. 14. That's a 30. And that is a fly out to left. Man, I'm first and 1 out for Nick Markakis. 56. That's a 34. And that is, oh, he's a Y. So that is a strikeout. All right, man on first and 2 down for Matt Wieters. Get back in there. 16, 28, and that is a ground out to the shortstop. So a leadoff walk solves nothing. And we have reached the bottom of the 9th. Now, his day is done. Now pitching for Baltimore, Tommy Hunter. Bottom of the 9th. And Hunter immediately faces 2, 3, and 4. Colton Wong. 43. 43, that's a 29. And that is a ground out to the pitcher, Matt Holliday. 52, that's a 27. And that is a ground out to third. And that brings us 2 down for Matt Adams. 64, that's a 13. And he strikes out. And once again, we need extras. Okay, leading off top of the 10th, J.J. Hardy. 65, 35. And that's an unassisted ground out to the first baseman. 1 down for Kelly Johnson. 65, that's a 35. And that's the same thing, an unassisted ground out. And now, once again, we need a pinch hitter. So, and now batting, Steve Pearce. 14, that's a 30. And Is he a K? Rosenthal is not. It's not a K, but that's still an out. So he flies out to the left fielder, and that does it for him, and now we need another pitcher. Yep, we'll use him. He was excellent in the last game. So Brad Brock is now pitching, and the first batter he faces is Yadier Molina on the bottom of the 10th. 63. 63, that's a 31, and that is a fly out to center. Randall Grichuk. 65, 35, and that is an unassisted ground out to first baseman. 2 down and beyond for Johnny Peralta. 26, that's a 13, and that's a strikeout. And I need a new score sheet again. We're leaving Rosenthal in to go another inning because otherwise we'd be doing a double switch, and I've already pinch hit the guy who would have gone in for the double switch. So we're leaving Rosenthal in. Gutsy? Yeah. Dumb? Probably. Adam Jones! Keep him on a short leash. 23. That's 12. Base is empty. And that's still a ground out to third. Went out for Machado. 23. That's 12. That's the same thing. There's a ground out to third. 40 on, 2 out to Chris Davis. 22. Uh-oh, that's an 8. He's a B. No matter. He flies out to center. And nothing becomes of that. We're leaving Brock in. I think it's John Jay. 53. 53, that's a 15. That is a fly out to left. All right. Okay, now Rosenthal's day is done. And now batting, Oscar Taveras. You back it up. 61. 61, that's a 24. 24, he is not a K, so 24 is a ground out to shortstop. Nobody out, 2 down. 2 down, and nobody on, and 2 down from the top of the order. 61. 39. Oh, wait. He's a W. He's a W. That's a walk. We're not done yet. Colton Long. 65. That is a 35. And he's a W still. So that's another walk. First and second and 2 outs for Matt Holliday. This is setting up. This is an interesting setup for them. Oh, that's a 55. That is an 8. He is a grade B pitcher, and that is a ground out to third. And so they threatened, but do not score, and we play on. And we need a new pitcher, now pitching, TJ McFarland, top of the 12th for Nelson Cruz. 62, that's a 13, strikes him out. Nick Markakis with 1 down. 64. That's a 13. That is also a strikeout. For Matt Wieters. 64. TJ McFarland strikes out the side. Bottom 12. Brock was a little scary there, but we're leaving him in. For Matt Adams. 14. That's a 30. And that is a fly out to left. 1 down for Yadier Molina. 51. 51, that is an 8. That is a fly out to center. 2 outs for Randall Grichuk. 22, that's a 7, and that's a single. Grichuk's on first and 2 outs for Johnny Peralta. 12, 25, and, well, it's 2 outs anyway, so that is a ground out to the second baseman. And we play on. All right, we're leaving McFarland in on Obviously, we're leaving McFarland in. Top of the 13th inning. 65, 35. Send unassisted ground to the first baseman. So J.J. Hardy's out, one down, and nobody on for Kelly Johnson. 52. 52, that's a 27. 27. Is he an X? No, he is not. So that's a ground out to third. Okay. And, well, we need a pinch hitter again. Now batting, Alejandro De Aza. This is getting ugly. Alejandro De Aza. 35. That's 13, and he strikes out. Yeah, we haven't used this guy. How have we not used this guy? Andrew Miller. His first batter is John Jay. 15. That's a 10. And he's a great A, so that's a single. So he's on. So that's a man on first for the pitcher's spot. He's definitely not hitting. Descalso. Danny Descalso is now hitting. 33. That is a 7. And he's a grade A. Out at first. Runner to second. You got the runner over. That's the important part. One out. Man on second for Matt Carpenter. 53. 53. That is a 20. That's a single through second. Runner to third. So there we are. Okay. So we're runners on the corners and one out. We have to call it. You know, yeah, like we have to call it. Infield's in. If that pops up. Infield's in. 61. That's a 24. And that is an inning-ending double. No, wait, no, sorry, no. I'm looking at the wrong chart. Looking at the wrong chart. Runners on the corners. 61. That is a 24. C, infield in. Okay. Oh, but it is the third out. It is the third out. 4-6-3, inning over. And we play on. Still. Once again, St. Louis needs a new pitcher. Here's what we're doing. Descalso stays in. He takes second base, and that bumps them up. And now they're back to field. And now they're back there. So Seth Manis is now pitching, and he is now there. Colt Long is out of the game. Top of the 14th, and we have the top of the order. Adam Jones. 14-30. Fly out to left. Nobody's getting hits in this game. It's incredible. Manny Machado. 23. That's a 12. And let's go on with the third. 2 down for Chris Davis. 53. That's a 20. And that is an error on this. That's an error on Descalso. Like they say, the ball finds you. All right. Man on first and 2 out for Nelson Cruz. 64. That's a 13. So he strikes out anyway, and it doesn't affect anything. Just sort of prolongs things, I guess. Okay. So Miller stays in, and his next batter is Matt Holliday, bottom 14. 33. That's a 6. He is looking at the wrong chart. He's a grade A pitcher. Yes, he's a grade A pitcher, and his 6 is a double. That's a leadoff double. So man on second for Matt Adams. 42. That's a 13. Good job. You struck out. It's been a lot of that. 1 down for Yadier Molina. 56. It's a 34. And he is a K. So he strikes out as well. Randall Grichuk. 62, and that's a 13. So after the leadoff double, the next 3 guys all struck out. And we head to the 15th. Top 15, can barely believe what I'm saying this, top of the 15th for Nick Markakis. 25, that's an 8. He's a grade B pitcher. And that's a fly out to center. 1 out for Matt Weeder. 24, that's a 13, and he strikes out. For J.J. Hardy. 26, 13, he strikes out too. The guy who put us in this mess can't end it for us either. And we head to the bottom of the 15th. Johnny Peralta. 65, 35. Ground out to the first baseman. John Jay with 1 out. 36, 14. That is a walk. He walked him. Man up first and 1 out for Daniel Descalso. Descalso 44. That is an 8. And that is a ground out to first that advances the runner. Man on second and 2 outs for Matt Carpenter. 44. That is another 8. And that's a ground out to third. You know, these productive outs aren't helping if that's the third out of the inning. Top 16. Kelly Johnson. 16. That's a 28. And that's a ground out to short. And then there's Andrew Miller. So, his day's done. Delvin Young. Delvin Young is now hitting. 1 out and nobody on. 25. That's an 8. That's a fly out to center. And 2 down for Adam Jones. 32. That's 26. And let's go right out to second. Baltimore's had 1 base runner on this sheet over here. 1. That's it. 1 base runner. So here's Seth Manis, now hitting. AJ Brzezinski. AJ Brzezinski is now batting to lead off the 16th inning. 23. That's a 12. Grounds out to third. Matt Holliday. 1 out. 66. And that is your ball game. Matt Holliday walks it off, and the Cardinals win 2-1 in the 16th inning. Man, I've never had a game go 16 innings. That's a new one for me. Wow. So that's going to do it for this edition of Boardball. My name is Ed. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the bleachers.